get a little chuckle when I hear my opponent talking about doing it. Well, I don't know where he was when I was trying to get health care in 93 and 94, standing up against the insurance companies, standing up against the drug companies.
Grateful for the leadership that many people are giving to this great reform effort. And I'm grateful that Congressman Sanders would join us today from Vermont.
And you thought the tale of the tape only applied to boxing. There it is, Hillary Clinton saying one thing this year on the campaign trail, and then we go back and find in the archives footage. There was Bernie right behind her for what we then called Hillary Care. Very interesting to see this, but what has happened more recently shows that Bernie and his supporters may be getting to Hillary. Watch.
I am so sick. I am so sick of the Sanders campaign lying about me. I'm sick of it.
So Hillary pointing at one of Bernie's supporters, saying she's sick of it. Perfect fodder for our political panel. Joining us now from Newsmax Washington, my old colleague on Capitol Hill, former Congressman Michael Patrick Flanagan, currently the president of Flanagan Consulting. He's screen right, quite fittingly. And center screen of all places, one of our favorite leftists, noted radio and TV commentator Ellis Henican. Guys, we appreciate it. Ellis, first to you. You've seen that footage of Hillary pointing at that Bernie supporter. Is Bernie wearing on Mrs. Clinton?
Well, maybe a little bit. I mean, tempers flare out on the campaign trail, as both of you guys may recall from some tough races over the years. Yeah, emotions go a little high. Now, compared to the mud wrestle that is the Republican months-long thing where they don't even want to support each other, depending on who wins, poor Rance Priebus, I think I want to give him a hug. I feel bad for the guy. Compared to that, it's nothing. But yeah, there's a little something going on. There's a little something here.
Well, Michael Patrick Flanagan, to see Mrs. Clinton as she truly is on the trail, is that going to dissuade some voters from flocking to her banner?
I think that we're on our way to a realignment election. I really do. I think this is going to be the most significant election we've had in 75 years. And I think that there are a lot of blue-collar Democrats that are going to go R, and I think there are a lot of high-end Republicans that are going to go D, and they're going to do it permanently. And I think there are more than a few Bernie supporters that are perfectly comfortable helping Trump, and there are more than a few Republicans, we heard in our last segment perhaps, that are perfectly happy choosing Hillary over Trump, and maybe choosing that party, the party of the plutocrats, aside anyway. So I think Hillary is typical of what might be coming, and they might actually be on other sides of the fence in future elections.
Well, it is interesting when we take a look at some numbers in Wisconsin. Bernie Sanders out front, 49% to 45%. Ellis, why is Bernie doing so well, and could Mrs. Clinton be in trouble?
Well, he's a good candidate, and Wisconsin is some way made for him, right? High percentage of white voters, big collection of college students, some Rust Belt challenges in the Milwaukee area. Perfect Bernie territory. I love this realignment, though, that Michael's talking about. It really might be Hillary probably. Let me add one log to his fire. Hillary may be the last moderate Democratic candidate on a national level. Clearly, the party is moving left, the same way the Republicans have moved right for the last 3 decades. And I think the future might look a whole lot more like Bernie than it does like Hillary, who is almost certain to win this time.
Well, that's interesting. Bernie on the right side of history, but Hillary winning. I tell you what, we'll just let that stay.
Yeah,
Michael Patrick Flanagan, I got to talk to you about the Republican Party, the Republican primary in Wisconsin. Ted Cruz ahead of Trump by 10 points. Kasich trailing Trump by 9 points. People talk about realignment. Some folks are saying Kasich will catch Trump. What do you think is going to happen in the Republican primary in Wisconsin on Tuesday?
I don't know. And I'll tell you what, I think it's unique to Wisconsin, though, because Trump's numbers in the Northeast and California and elsewhere have not moved a scintilla. So this is all about Wisconsin. And I think a crazy popular governor among Republicans has endorsed against Trump, and I think that mattered. And I think this might be the only endorsement in the whole cycle anywhere on either side that actually had a significant impact. But also the polling only polls party members and how they'll vote. Trump has an enormous attraction to crossovers, and Wisconsin is an open primary. So there's a pile that'll come in for him that's not in the polling mix. So I don't know how that's going to break out, but I think Trump is dipped. There'll be some closing before Election Day, and it either might be a barn burner or it might be baked already. I'm not sure which.
Well, that's why we're going to have to watch this, and that's why, gentlemen, we will invite you back in the not-too-distant future. Ellis Henican, Newsmax New York, Michael Patrick Flanagan, Newsmax Washington. Gents, we always appreciate your insights and your time. Heard what they had to say, agree or disagree? Send your comments to me, newsmaxtv.com/comments, or via Twitter at Newsmax Prime. When we come back, ex-FBI man Ron Hosko on Hillary Clinton and the FBI. Stay with us.